From the moment we're boys, we're pushed towards becoming men, whether we're ready or not. We don't get to choose when it starts, we just have to learn to keep up. Many men carry pain in silence, and many of them never speak about it until it becomes too heavy to hold. The system that raises boys into men often gives them tools to work, to fight, to endure, and to provide, but it does not give them the tools to speak honestly about their pain. It does not give them spaces to feel safe expressing what is happening on the inside, and ultimately this costs lives. It starts early. Boys are told to be strong. They're told not to cry. They're told to figure it out alone, and that they better figure it out quick, fast, and in a hurry. The lesson comes from home, friends, school, culture, everything around you. Over time, those lessons build a wall between how a boy feels and what a man is allowed to show. And this wall, this wall that we didn't want to build but got built anyways, becomes a habit, our new safe space. That habit turns into silence, and that silence can turn into a slow collapse that nobody else sees. Every boy starts with an easy smile, but somewhere between childhood and manhood, that ease fades. The world trains boys to hide it. By the time we grow into men, many of us can't even remember the boy that we started as. Nobody warned us about the cost. Most fathers never learned how to guide their son through that change because their fathers never taught them. That generational gap turns into a generational curse. Many of us went through that shift alone and paid for it in ways that we didn't understand at the time. As boys, those early rules come fast. And we've heard these before. Fear nothing. Don't ask for help. You're supposed to be a man. Handle it. But the issue that I have with this is that those rules teach performance before understanding. We practice a face that looks calm while everything inside stays unspoken. We're supposed to control the smile on the outside when we're crying and beating our broken fists into the floor on the inside. Because you're men, you're not supposed to show emotion. You're not supposed to get mad. And if you get mad, it's your fault and you're making everybody else scared. So you can't get mad. As men, even showing a flicker of anger, a slight flare-up can make people look at you like a threat, like you're dangerous. So you learn to hold it in, to keep the calm face and to hide everything else, otherwise you're seen as aggressive and unsafe. The calm demeanor and face becomes another habit. That habit becomes a mask, and once it's on, it's hard to take off. Before you know it, you're dying 100 times over, burying the little boy you used to be alive, until you've died 1,000 times more, and that boy just stays in his quiet coffin, suffocating. He hasn't seen sunlight in a long time. Silence then becomes the normal approach. You've inherited a mind that starts sorting feelings into two different piles, what is safe to show and what is not safe to show. But the second pile is the one that grows until it covers almost everything. You express your feelings, it gets shut down, disregarded, or overridden by somebody else's emotions. They tell you talk about your feelings, but then in the same breath, they chastise you for it. That teaches you another lesson. Speak less next time. The next time becomes never. Your needs end up getting brushed aside because you have to cater to their needs now. The pattern doesn't stop with one generation. Men who learned alone try to parent from a map that they never received. They work, provide, and protect because those are clear jobs. However, teaching emotional skill doesn't feel clear. Admitting struggle feels unsafe. Sons learn from what they see. They copy the silence. They copy the long hours in the shut door. They copy the bottle on the table, the late night scrolling, the tired stare. They learn one of the facets of being a man is strength, and that strong means silent and self-contained. I don't believe most fathers want this outcome. Most of them love their kids, at least that's what I want to believe. They just don't have the language for the parts that they never learned to name. Love without language turns into distance, and again, it's not their fault. The boy in them is victim to the same system. But add up that cost. Joy shrinks because joy needs openness to breathe. Connection thins because connection needs honesty to grow. Our mental health as men cracks because stress with no outlet has to go somewhere. Identity narrows because performance starts to feel like the whole person, and those losses stack up over years, decades, until a man looks steady. but feels hollow. If you're a father, your son is already studying you. He's watching how you handle stress, how you apologize, how you calm down. And I want to mention this because I love my wife, but he's watching how you treat your wife, his mother. If he never sees those things, he learns that men don't do them. If he sees them even once in a while, he learns that men can do them. That single difference can change the trajectory of a life. I'm not telling you how to live your life, just leaving food for thought. Sometimes we need a reminder when we're so busy thinking about everything else. I say these things all the time, that if you're born one way, you don't have to die that way. It's never your fault, the life that you come into or the cards that you're dealt, but more often than not, it is your fault how you choose to die. You can practice becoming more comfortable in who you are at the core, letting that little boy out. Skill grows through repetition, not performance. That boy might have to punch up in his coffin, through the wooden casket, and climb through the dirt, but you don't have to stay buried in the dark. You don't need to bring back his innocence. You can still be masculine and be in tune with your emotions. Mastery and discipline of yourself does not mean flooding every room with feelings. It means knowing what is happening inside of you and choosing what to do with